Hey there, today I'm going to show you how I did this charcoal drawing, or actually graphite drawing of a Mini. It is a live drawing and I used this little 43rd scale model. An easy way to do it to help you with your composition and your perspective and proportions in live drawings is to make yourself a little window like this. And on the outside of the window I made marks, and according to those markings I divided the paper up. I drew the outlines that the window frame is going to form when you look at it from the correct distance. And this way you can ensure that you always look at the car from the correct distance and at the correct angle. And this will help you to draw with more consistency and make less mistakes. The less mistakes you can make in the beginning of the drawing, the better. Now, there are many ways to draw objects or to paint them. All the methods that artists use these days are just tools. So usually when you paint something seriously that you're going to sell to a client, you're going to trace it off from a photo normally, if you can, if you have the reference material available to you. But sometimes you do not. And in those times, it is nice to have the confidence of being able to draw from a live model. And for that reason, it is still a good thing. It's still good practice for artists to keep on doing live drawings, even if those are not ones that you are planning to sell. If you're just, keeping your hand-eye coordination fit and keep your brain busy, and then it will be easier for you to figure out things like textures and lighting and shapes and compositions and proportions and perspectives, and that just makes life easier. So it's always good practice. And if you get bored, then draw with your other hand. Don't use your dominant hand, because you have muscle memory, and when you use your dominant hand, your brain doesn't work as hard trying to get the picture right as it would have done when you were drawing with your not non-dominant hand. So I'm going to start off with doing a construction sketch of the car as I see it through the window, and then I'm gonna compare the little model with the car. And then I'm gonna fix my mistakes that I can see. And then I'm gonna do the shading and the textures and coloring and whatever. And that's it. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you learn something. And if you don't, maybe it will be entertaining or it will help you kill some time. But please just bear in mind that when you work from a scale model, these models are not always 100% correct. So whatever is on it, like I said, you're building on mistakes, then you're going to draw whatever mistakes they also made. So the proportions may vary a bit from the real thing. But on the other hand, it's easier to draw. So even though your proportions may vary from the real car, it will still be easier to draw this car better than the real car better. It's always more difficult to draw bigger objects, which is why it is a very good idea to go to live drawing sessions. If you can find live drawing sessions in your area, I really recommend that you go. Even if you're not a professional artist, it's fun to do. You learn a lot. It's good exercise, and you get to also meet other artists. And sometimes these sessions are tutored. One of the advantages of using scale models for live drawing is that you can hold the model in front of the drawing, and then you can see if your proportions and perspectives are more or less okay. Now with this I can, for example, see that the tail end of the car is a bit long, and the rear wheel is not angled like the front wheel, which basically gives the car what a friend of mine calls the banana shape. It basically looks like the whole car is curved like this and bent, and you're looking at this wheel more from the side and this one at the correct angle. Obviously it won't be perfect. If it is perfect, then you're an AI, which I'm not. Now there's another thing I do that I taught myself to help me see if the ellipses like wheels and lights are correct. So what I do is I turn the drawing upside down, or the sketch, and when you turn it upside down and the wheels are not symmetric, or the ellipses which form round circles in on a 3D kind of drawing, if they are not symmetric, then they look like eggs, and it just pops out when you turn it upside down and you immediately see it. Now this one looks kind of okay to me. The lights also look okay to me, most of them. Those smaller lights on the grille of the car need some attention maybe. The one on top is on the roof is a bit flat, but the headlights of the car, they look kind of okay to me. I think I'm happy with them.